and this is a 1968 Avion trailer. I wanted to take a video to show the restoration work that I've done to it so far. And Avion trailers are very similar to Airstream. There's a few differences I'll go over now. But if you just want to look around the outside, when I got this trailer, someone had been living in it in West Virginia, and it needed a lot of work. And I had to do a lot of like metal patching. I think there used to be headlights here, and then you come around the side. Just a lot of metal patching up top. These I think were like awning things, but basically I just riveted aluminum on it anytime I needed something like that. This trailer I think is about 30 feet long. You come inside, I'll show you the interior. So there are a lot there on YouTube. There are a ton of trailer restoration videos, but most of them fall into two categories. One of them's a trailer restoration video where someone basically paints the cabinets and puts down like peel and stick floor tiles or those wood tiles that look like those linoleum wood tiles. And then the other kind of trailer restoration video are full, like frame off, very thorough trailer restoration videos, but they really don't show the nitty gritty, and they're a lot more, few and far in between. And so this trailer, when I got it, I thought I would just have to do kind of like a light restoration job to it. But once I started digging into it, almost everything that was original was kind of trashed. So I ended up tearing up the whole floor of the trailer. And one difference between Avion and Airstream is the walls of the trailer, so these walls sit on a piece of channel that sits, so on the floor of this, there are basically three square beams, and then they have, I guess you would call them purlins, I don't know what you would call them, but they kind of stick out from those beams, and those hold up the walls of the trailer. So the shell of the trailer sits on the metal frame, whereas with an Airstream, the shell of the trailer sits on the plywood subfloor. Now, Avion's had, I believe, maybe a 1/4 inch Luan on the frame, an inch of foam, and another 1/4 inch of Luan. I didn't do that going back. What I did for the floor on this, so I was able to tear the whole floor out without taking the walls of the trailer off. The floor, the first piece of subfloor is 1/2 inch plywood, and then this that you see right here is 3/4 plywood. So it may make the trailer crazy heavy, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to weigh it once I get it all finished. But the layout of the cabinets is pretty close to the original layout. And if you can see, this is like the kitchen area, and I left the upper cabinets. That's the only thing that I was really able to salvage, and I still got to pull all these doors off and sand everything. But so, well, I guess I'll just start in the front of the trailer. So this originally had like a bed and sofa deal up here. Same kind of deal, it slid. So I basically I had to build kind of a new one. The old one was so kind of, I didn't like it. It was pretty messed up. But, so, and this too provides an area underneath here where I could put a freshwater tank if I wanted to. Right now I don't have a freshwater tank in the trailer, but I just got it for a water hookup. But if I ever want to put a freshwater tank in, that's where I would put it. So this whole thing, in its current position, it'll be a sofa once I get the cushions in, and then this slides out into a queen size mattress. And then also this whole thing, if you tilt that forward, these slats also come out right here. So it can give you, it's hard to get to, but it'll give you storage under there if you want it. it have to be something you don't need often, just because it's kind of a pain to pull all that stuff out. But, so that's that area. And originally, I think they had, not when I owned it, but they had a little table that flipped out from the wall. And the dogs are barking at something. But, so, originally in this, they had a cabinet that started here, went all the way down, and this had a furnace in it for hot, your hot air furnace. But anyways, what I am going to put is an apartment stove right here. And then this will be the kitchen area. So, let me see. Oh, and if you come here, I'll show you. This is not very pretty, but it's going to get covered up. So one thing I noticed is that after I put the floor in, any leak in the roof, I would find a leak, have to fix it. But the leak would, because the way this trailer is built is there's an aluminum outer skin, and then it has ribs, aluminum ribs, almost like an aircraft. And then there's an aluminum, sometimes plastic, I can't always tell, inner skin. And that's what you see here. So what would happen is water would leak through the outer skin, get in the inner skin, and find its way down to the floor. So what I did is I cut, after the fact, after I laid it, I went through, and that's probably the roughest just because it was so hard to get to with this already in. But I cut it shy of the wall so that if any leak comes, it won't get on the floor. And then I epoxied the outside just to make it a little more waterproof. And what I have to do is put this in after the fact just to cover up the, I gotta still glue that down, but put that, kind of cover up that access to the outside. But hopefully it'll make it a little, if it does leak, it'll be a little less catastrophic than it was before. So that's that. When I had the floor completely up, I was able to run plumbing and all that jazz to here. And a sheet metal shop made these countertops for me. So that's pretty nice. And then if you come back here, so I got, and this will be a twin size bed. And pretty self-explanatory on that front. These walls, I went with, I originally just had 1/4-inch Luan, but I thought anyone in bed would be leaning against this. So I went ahead and glued and screwed where I could a piece of 1/2-inch plywood too. So that's, 3/4 on this wall. But, and then you just got pretty much just built-in cabinets. I still got to get these straight, finish everything. The drawers are all finished, but so they're not perfect yet. But, and then this will be the bathroom. There's no tub in here as of yet, and I still have to kind of trim a lot of this out. But it'll just be a sink here, and then this countertop here, and then in this corner, this is where the original shower was, tub and shower. And you can even see here's I had like a spout that came out here. But anyways, this is where that's going to be, but I'm getting it made right now. So with taking the old one out, it just fell to pieces. It was like plastic. And if you look here, this is where I don't know how this is going to work out, but it's a tankless hot water heater. We'll see how that does. And I got a water filter and blah, blah, blah. That's where the cold water connection is. And then I was able to run. So the only thing under the trailer in the frame is I added a few electrical wires from the box for a few new circuits. And is the drain from that kitchen sink in the tub. And then once the hot water comes in, or once the cold water comes in, all the water lines stay in the trailer. in the body of the trailer, so it'll be heated, won't freeze in the wintertime. And they all run basically behind this cabinet. You can't see right here on account of these drawers, but if you look in here, you can see the hot and cold water lines coming through. And that's a vent, which I eventually have to terminate through the roof right here. But that's a vent for both sinks. But another thing is in here, which I gotta make something to cover it up. And I'm basically gonna run hot and cold along this floor, and then it'll go to the tub, and it'll go to a toilet will sit right here. Your black water tank basically sits kind of right here. So, and the tub will sit over there, so it all kind of will drain into that black water tank. And I may in this little area, put a gray water tank, which the plumbing underneath the trailer, I got it all kind of terminated in this corner, so I'll be able to figure out what I want to do with that. And then you can see in here, if you want to see the electrical panel, which I'll probably eventually have to do something with. I don't know if I'll upgrade or what. And you can see that gap that I'll have to cover up with that. I'll have to bend and rivet some sheet metal. The shell of this trailer has been a joy to work with, though, because it's just so easy because you can rivet anything you want to. But that's about it. I got, this is the first real video I've put on here of anything. So I'll put more on as the progress continues. And because when I first got this trailer and started looking into if anyone else had videos out there, there weren't a whole lot of restorations of this nature where the person made all the cabinets, tore up the floor and did all that. Not too many. You see a lot of demolition. You see a lot of trailer. It'll be like vintage Airstream restoration, and you watch like 3 videos and it's all demo videos. And it's like they give up or something, or never get to the cabinet building phase, which is incredibly hard. Here, I'll show you something about the cabinets on this. If you want to stand here and maybe look this way. So this piece right here, I got to put edge banding on that. But this piece right here, I just did the other day. And come look, there is not a square. Come look at this edge right here. There's nothing square. The trailer actually from the floor bows out and then comes back in. So if you can see that, that's a cut I made like 2 days ago, that cut right there. And I've been working on this trailer for probably 3 years. And if you look over here, that's a cut I did 3 years ago. So you can see I've gotten progressively better. It's been such a pain trying to match that curve. But basically the way these cabinets are is, gosh, I don't know if you can kind of see, but they're pretty standard cabinets. I've made them all in place, had to, because of the nature of the curved walls. So what I would do making these cabinets is the shells are all 1/2-inch cabinet plywood, and basically anytime you see so I had to cut these pieces first, and then with the inside and then the top, put it all together, and then these face frames I just stapled on. So then the face frames are ambrosia maple. That's not a plywood, just regular hardwood. But and then another thing to contend with for the cabinets was, you can see right here, 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 and here. Those are actually the wheel wells for the trailer itself. I've noticed that some of your newer trailers, the trailer sits kind of above the wheels, but these wheels, I don't know if you can see outside, but these wheels kind of sit up in the trailer. So those are kind of dead spaces as far as that goes. But it's definitely been a learning curve, and I'll keep y'all updated as we move along. Today, you know, I still got to finish all the cabinets, and paint the walls and put down some sort of flooring. But today we just got back from picking out the interior colors. It's kind of a grayish light blue, and the flooring is going to be kind of a lime color. But anyways, I'll keep you all updated as more things happen. Thanks for joining me.